fingers on the edge of the mattress. Half past midnight, city leaking through the blinds. You said you hated all the games, but you mastered every little silence that could change my mind. Your jacket still hangs on the back of my chair now, like you never really planned to leave this room. I trace your name inside the steam of my mirror and wipe it clean before it turns into truth. I heard your voice inside a stranger at the station. Same low tone, same tired way of saying my name. Funny how the body keeps replaying situations, even when the heart says not to play the game. I try to drown the memory deep in conversations, cheap red wine and parties I don't even like, but every crowded room just amplifies the distance between your shadow and the rest of my life. You move through my mind like static on a radio, almost gone but never disappearing slow. And every little warning sign I should've known just made me want you more. You got that velvet signal pulling me under, soft touch lightning in the middle of summer. I know better, still I answer every time. Every time you leave your fingerprints all over my heartbeat. Cold eyes, sweet lies, saying that you need me. I know danger when I look into your eyes. Still I stay every night. Your texts arrive like rain against the apartment, short little phrases with the hurricane beneath. You always knew exactly how to keep me orbiting, close enough to burn but never close to keep. And maybe that's the reason I keep coming back here. Some kind of chaos feels familiar in my veins. I tell myself this time I'm finally thinking clearly, then lose my balance every time you say my name. The elevator hums while I wait in your building, fourth floor glowing like a scene inside a dream. You open up the door and all my logic disappears then, like a space between us never meant a thing. Your perfume lingers on the collar of my hoodie, 3 days later and it's still inside my skin. I swear the hardest habit that I ever tried breaking was letting someone like you back in. Move through my mind like static on a radio, almost gone but never disappearing slow. And every little warning sign I should've known just made me want you more. You got that velvet signal pulling me under, soft touch lightning in the middle of summer. I know better, still I answer every time. Every time you leave your fingerprints all over my heartbeat. Cold eyes, sweet lies, saying that you need me. I know danger when I look into your eyes. Still I stay every night. Maybe love was never sought for people like us. Maybe we confuse obsession for trust. Maybe all the late night talking made us feel immortal while we slowly disappeared into each other. Watch the city blur behind your tinted windows, watch my own reflection changing in your glow. Every promise sounded beautiful at 2 a.m., but morning always carried different truths. You kissed me like you knew I would forgive you before the damage even happened in real time. And somehow I still melted every single time, like my loneliness was designed around your hands. I hate the way your memory feels cinematic, like every heartbreak came with perfect light. And I hate the way my body still remembers yours, even when my pride pretends that it moved on. But if you call tonight, I'd probably answer, and that's the part that scares me more. You got that velvet signal pulling me under, soft touch lightning in the middle of summer. I know better, still I answer every time. Every time you leave your fingerprints all over my heartbeat. Cold eyes, sweet lies, saying that you need me. I know danger when I look into your eyes. Still I stay every night. Phone light waiting on the edge of the mattress. Cherry smoke curling from the edge of your lips. Balcony air mixing with the sound of the traffic. You looked unreal underneath the red neon, like trouble wrapped itself inside a body. I said I wasn't staying on, but you laughed softly, like you already knew exactly how this ends. You always wore confidence, like designer clothing, while I kept hiding bruises underneath my skin. The city glowed beneath the cycle broken circuit, every window carrying somebody else's pain. You touched my wrist and suddenly the whole horizon tilted sideways like a train jumping off the rails. I should've left before your gravity got stronger, before your voice started living in my head. But loneliness can make a dangerous thing feel holy, and I was starving for connection then. You pulled me closer with those tired eyes, like everyone inside is a paradise. And every time I try to walk away, you pull me back again. Cherry smoke floating through the midnight, your kiss tastes like chaos and cheap wine. Every little heartbeat drags me deeper down, deeper down. Cherry smoke staining on my good sense, one touch turning strangers into accidents. I know this fire burns, but I still want more, still want more. Your records play low while the kitchen light flickered. You dance barefoot like nobody ever leaves. And for a second I believed in forever, the way people do in vulnerable moments. You traced constellations slowly on my shoulder, like mapping places only you could find, and disappeared emotionally without a warning, while your body stayed tangled into mine. 3 weeks later, and I'm driving past your block now, trying not to look up at the fourth floor lights. Funny how addiction hides itself inside nostalgia, making every red flag feel romanticized. My friends all say your name like a disaster, like something I should finally move beyond. But every song inside the city sounds like aftermath of loving someone just like you. You pull me closer with those tired eyes, like everyone inside is a paradise. And every time I try to walk away, you pull me back again. Cherry smoke floating through the midnight, your kiss tastes like chaos and cheap wine. Every little heartbeat drags me deeper down, deeper down. Cherry smoke staining on my good sense, one touch turning strangers into accidents. I know this fire burns, but I still want more, still want more. Maybe we were never built for peaceful endings. Maybe some connections only exist to scar. You told me damaged people recognize each other, like satellites drifting in the dark. I still remember rain against your apartment windows, and your silhouette moving through the blue TV light. You looked lonely even when you held me close, like your soul already lived somewhere else. Maybe that's the reason I couldn't leave you. I saw my own emptiness reflected back. Two restless hearts trying to outrun themselves inside each other's temporary warmth. Now every street downtown feels haunted, every after party feels emotionally numb, and every stranger almost looks like you for half a second in bed lighting. I wish I hated you completely, but the truth is softer than that. cherry smoke floating through the midnight. Your kiss tastes like chaos and cheap wine. Every little heartbeat drags me deeper down, deeper down. Cherry smoke staining all my good sense. One touch turning strangers into accidents. I know this fire burns, but I still want more, still want more. Cherry smoke dancing through my memory, turning old mistakes into chemistry. I still hear your voice inside the dark, inside the dark. Every little goodbye turns into relapses. Every lonely evening turns into flashbacks. I know you're poison, but I love the rush, love the rush. Cherry smoke fading from the balcony, but somehow you're still everywhere. No reception somewhere deep inside your heart now. I keep calling, but the signal never lands. You stare through conversations like a distant airport, watching people leave without understanding them. I used to think if I loved you hard enough, I could repair the parts nobody reached before. But some wounds learn to survive by staying open. And some people forget what closeness feels like. We drove for hours underneath the coastal highway, windows down while old songs melted in the rain. You looked peaceful for a moment in the silence, then built your walls right back up again. I memorized the shape of your avoidance, the careful way you dodge emotional truths. You'd kiss me whenever things got too honest, like affection could replace communication. I keep standing in the doorway, waiting for a version of you that never stays. And every almost love keeps breaking in the same familiar ways. No reception every time I need you. Your love fades like a city out of view. I keep reaching through the static in the dark, in the dark. No reception, but I still keep dialing, trying to say something slowly dying. Maybe I just fell in love with who you could have been, could have been. Your hoodie smells like rain and faded cigarettes now, still hanging by my bed after all these months. I should have thrown it out a long time ago, probably, but grief can turn small objects into monuments. I hear from mutual friends you're doing better lately, sleeping more and finally slowing down. Part of me feels happy hearing that information. Part of me still wishes you'd call me now. The hardest thing about losing somebody slowly is watching love disappear in little ways. Not one dramatic fight or shattered conversation, just gradual emotional decay. One less text, one less kiss before the morning, one more silence sitting heavy in the room, until eventually you wake beside each other, feeling lonelier together than alone. I keep standing in the doorway, waiting for a version of you that never stays. And every almost love keeps breaking in the same about me honestly, or if I'm just another season that you survive. Because you carried sadness like inherited trauma, and I carried hope like it could heal anything. Bad combination, beautiful disaster. You once told me you were scared of being known, and I laughed because I thought you were joking. But now I understand exactly what you meant. Some people crave intimacy until it becomes real, then panic when someone finally sees them clearly. Maybe loving you was always gonna hurt. Maybe I ignore that because the highs felt holy. Because your smile could light up entire evenings. Because your hands felt like temporary salvation. And maybe I missed the version of myself who still believed I could save people with devotion. Maybe that's the heartbreak underneath all this. No reception every time I need you. Your love fades like a city out of view. I keep reaching through the static in the dark. In the dark. No reception, but I still keep dialing, trying to save something slowly dying. Maybe I just fell in love with who you could have been. But your ghost still answers every empty room and every late night dancer. I still hear you breathing in my mind, in my mind. Every unfinished sentence keeps repeating. Every memory somehow keeps me bleeding. Maybe losing you was losing part of me, part of me, part of me. Oh, no reception, just static, and your shadow in the backseat. Blue hour bleeding through the window softly, your silhouette dissolving into dusk. You always look the prettiest before the darkness, like daylight wasn't enough for who you were. You poured tequila slowly into crystal glasses, music low enough to hear your breathing close. And suddenly the room became a different planet, somewhere outside reality and consequence. You touched my neck like reading hidden language, like every scar contained a secret map. Nobody ever made danger feel so beautiful. Nobody ever made distance feel like home. The clock kept moving but the night stayed weightless, time dissolving underneath your hands. I think some people into life like weather systems, changing every atmosphere they touch. You say forever like you almost mean it, and I pretend believing doesn't hurt. Blue hour lover, slow dancing with disaster. Every kiss pulling me farther into your orbit tonight. Blue hour lover, you make heartbreak look gorgeous, turn everyone into something worth chasing. Tonight, the morning came too honest through the curtains, reality returning in pale gold light. You stared at the ceiling like someone escaping, already halfway, emotionally gone. I wanted to ask what we were becoming, but fear kept sitting heavy in my throat. Some questions change everything once spoken, and I wasn't ready for the truth. We drove downtown with nowhere really planned, and coffee steam mixing with exhausted eyes. You held my hand like instinct, not intention, like closeness was a habit, not a choice. And somehow that hurt worse than any goodbye could. The casual way affection disappeared, like what destroyed me Maybe I confused chemistry for destiny. Maybe loneliness dressed itself as love again. But when your fingers brushed against my heartbeat, the entire world felt quieter somehow. And that's hard to forget. You moved to parties like a beautiful secret, half detached from everybody in the room. People wanted your attention instinctively, but nobody ever really reached you fully, including me, especially me. I still remember watching you through bathroom mirrors, fixing a makeup while avoiding your own eyes, like even you didn't recognize yourself completely. Like you were searching for somebody inside your skin. I wanted to hold every fractured part together, wanted to love you into feeling safe. But broken people can't be repaired through romance. No matter how cinematic the connection feels, now the blue hour hits different every evening. Every sunset carrying traces of your new so dancing with disaster. Every kiss pulling me farther into your orbit tonight. Blue hour, you make heartbreak look gorgeous, turn every warning into something worth chasing. Worth chasing tonight. Blue hour lover, still haunting every sunset, still living underneath my bloodstream, underneath my skin. Blue hour lover, even silence sounds like you know. Every city light becomes a memory tonight. Blue hour fading into darkness, and somehow I still miss it. We started like a fire in an empty building, too bright, too fast, too reckless to survive. Everybody saw the ending from a distance, but we kept dancing closer to the edge. Your laughter echoed through my tiny apartment, like something alive inside the dark. And every lonely corner slowly learned your presence, until leaving felt impossible to face. You loved me hardest when you were unraveling. On nights your own reflection felt unreal. I'd hold your face while you avoided sleeping, scared your thoughts might finally catch you still. And maybe I confused being needed with devotion. Maybe I built my worth around your pain, 'cause saving you distracted me from asking why I accepted love that hurt this way. Every little fracture happened quietly, no explosions, just emotion, no gravity, pulling us apart slowly. Slow damage, love fading in invisible patterns, two shadows trying to hold on to passion, while everything collapses underneath. Slow damage, every silence cutting a little deeper, every morning feeling slightly colder, but neither one of us could leave. Couldn't leave. You stopped saying my name the way you used to, stopped looking up whenever I walked in. Small changes hurt the most because they're subtle, tiny deaths nobody else can see. We still shared beds and after party cigarettes, still posted pictures, smiling on our phones, but intimacy disappeared before the breakup, leaving strangers sleeping skin to skin. I remember crying in your bathroom quietly, water running so you wouldn't hear the sound, staring at my face inside the mirror, thinking love should not make somebody happened quietly. No explosions, just emotional gravity pulling us apart slowly. Slow damage, love fading in invisible patterns. Two shadows trying to hold on to passion, while everything collapses underneath. Slow damage, every silence cutting a little deeper. Every morning feeling slightly colder, but neither one of us couldn't leave. I think the saddest thing about us, honestly, is that we really tried in all ways. You carry trauma like a second heartbeat, and I carry fear of being left behind. So every conflict turned catastrophic eventually. Every misunderstanding hit old wounds. We weren't fighting each other half the time. We were fighting ghosts from years before we met. And maybe that's why love alone wasn't enough, because chemistry can't replace emotional healing. No matter how beautiful the nights become, no matter how addictive the connection feels, I still remember your hand reaching for mine automatically while we crossed downtown streets. Like your body loved me even when your mind withdrew, and somehow that contradiction destroyed me most. Now every memory feels suspended in amber, beautiful and painful at the exact same time. I wonder if healing means forgetting people, or finally remembering them without breaking apart. Slow damage, love fading in invisible patterns. Two shadows trying to hold on to passion, while everything collapses underneath. Slow damage, every silence cutting a little deeper. Every morning feeling slightly colder, but neither one of us could leave. Slow damage, still living underneath my ribs now, still echoing through every crowded room somehow. Even after all this time, slow damage. Maybe we were never meant to survive it, but God, the highs felt almost holy tonight. Some loves don't explode, they erode slowly. Neon vacancy sign outside the motel window, painting pink shadows cross your tired face. We booked one night but somehow stayed the whole weekend, trying to pause reality for a while. Cheap air conditioning humming like white noise, old television glowing blue at 3 a.m. You look softer in temporary places, like commitment disappeared outside your hometown. We ordered takeout and danced barefoot slowly, laughing over nothing underneath dim lights. For a moment everything felt strangely simple, like love wasn't supposed to hurt this much. You trace circles absent-minded on my thigh, then while staring somewhere distant past the wall, I knew that look already meant emotional leaving, even while your body stayed beside me still. Some nights feel infinite until they vanish. Some people feel like home before they disappear. Afterglow Motel, hearts burning underneath cheap ceiling lights, trying to make temporary moments permanent. less romantic. Coffee cups and tangled clothes across the floor. Reality always enters softly after passion, like tide water creeping through an open door. You kissed my forehead while checking all your messages, already drifting somewhere out of reach. And suddenly I understood what this had always been, a beautiful escape route, not a future. Still I memorized every detail instinctively, the crack inside the mirror by the sink, the way your laughter echoed through the hallway, the way your eyes avoided mine at dawn. Because some memories know they're becoming memories, even while they're happening in real time. And every part of me was trying desperately to hold that weekend still inside my hands. Some nights feel infinite until they vanish. Some people feel like home before they disappear. Have to go motel, hearts burning underneath cheap ceiling lights, trying to make temporary moments permanent, permanent tonight. Have to go motel, your love tastes sweet and self-destructive, like every beautiful thing comes with a warning, with a warning sign. I wonder if you ever revisit places mentally the same way I still revisit you. Because sometimes late at night I smell cheap perfume, and suddenly I'm back inside that room again. The neon light, the tangled sheets, the dangerous illusion we could pause our lives. You once told me happiness scared you deeply, because nothing beautiful ever stayed before. And I should've realized then what loving you required, constant grieving mixed with temporary bliss. But I kept choosing hope against all evidence, because your smile made loneliness disappear briefly. And sometimes briefly feels powerful enough to make people ignore inevitable endings. Now every highway motel feels emotionally haunted. Every vacancy sign glows like deja vu, and every fleeting connection reminds me how quickly humans can become memories. Afterglow motel, hearts burning underneath cheap ceiling lights, trying to make temporary moments permanent, permanent tonight. Afterglow motel, your love tastes sweet and self-destructive, like every beautiful thing comes with a warning, with a warning sign. Afterglow motel, still replaying inside my bloodstream, still glowing softly through my worst nights lately. Afterglow motel, maybe nothing beautiful was built to last, but some moments stay alive forever, forever in me. Vacancy sign flickering in the distance, and your voice somewhere inside the static. I saw your name tonight inside a crowded restaurant. For half a second my whole body froze. Not you exactly, just somebody with your haircut, but memory moves faster than logic does. Funny how healing never happens in a straight line. One good month and suddenly you're everywhere, inside old songs and late night intersections, inside the silence after people leave. But something changed the moment that I noticed I didn't break apart the way I used to then. No shaking hands, no driving past your apartment, no reopening wounds that barely close. Maybe acceptance isn't losing feelings fully, maybe it's learning not to drown inside them. Maybe survival means carrying old heartbreak without letting it define your life. Some ghosts grow quieter with distance. Some scars stop aching in the rain. Soft exit, left fading gently from the picture. Your memory finally losing color, like dawn replacing city lights. Soft exit, no more chasing shadows through the midnight. No more building homes inside disasters. I'm finally choosing myself tonight. I still remember everything in vivid detail. The blue motel lights, the balcony smoke, the way your hands could calm my nervous system, the way your silence slowly broke my heart. But memory feels different when the wound is healing. Less like drowning, more like looking back at two unfinished people trying desperately to love each other with damaged hands. I hope you found some peace beyond the chaos. I hope your nights don't feel so heavy now. And honestly, I think a part of me will love you in some quiet, distant, lifelong way. Not enough to lose myself again completely. Not enough to reopen every scar. Just enough to smile when certain songs come on and let the feeling pass like weather. Some ghosts grow quieter with distance. Some scars stop aching in the rain. Soft exit, love fading gently from the picture. Your memory finally losing color, like dawn replacing city lights. Soft exit, no more chasing shadows through the midnight. No more building homes inside disasters. And finally choosing myself tonight. For the longest time I thought moving on and forgetting, erasing every trace of what we were. But maybe healing looks more like understanding why we happened and releasing the blame. We were young, lonely, emotionally unfinished, trying to turn temporary comfort into permanence, trying to outrun our own fears through intimacy, trying to heal old wounds with new affection. Impossible mission, beautiful collision. And despite all the damage, I don't regret you, because loving you taught me the shape of my limits, taught me how easily loneliness becomes attachment, taught me that chemistry isn't the same as safety. And most importantly, it taught me I deserve a love that stays consistent, a love that doesn't disappear every morning, a love that feels calm instead of catastrophic. Maybe that's what growing up really means, choosing peace over emotional addiction, even when chaos still feels romantic sometimes. Soft exit, love fading gently from the picture. Your memory finally losing color, like dawn replacing city lights. City lights. Soft exit, no more chasing shadows through the midnight. No more building homes inside disasters. I'm finally choosing myself tonight. Soft exit, still grateful for the nights we shared though, still carrying fragments of your laughter somewhere inside my mind, inside my mind. Soft exit, the city finally feels less haunted, and for the first time in forever, I think I'll be alright. Morning light through open curtains, no static, no ghost, just quiet.